Michael Jordan is widely considered to be the greatest of all time. Although basketball was a team sport, MJ brought a certain aura and level of success that not many could replicate. This casted a massive shadow on the rest of the Chicago Bulls roster, as the headline and center of attention to everyone was Michael Jordan. This shouldn't discredit what the Chicago Bulls front office managed to pull off, because in the 1987 draft, the Chicago Bulls would pick up Scottie Pippen with the 5th overall pick, filling in a massive piece to the puzzle that was building a dynasty. After the Chicago Bulls would three-peat from the 1991 to 1993 season, many expected the Michael Jordan-led Chicago Bulls to keep steamrolling the rest of the competition. But after a series of unfortunate events, depending on how you look at it, the three-time Finals MVP would take a leave from his team and basketball. How would the Chicago Bulls recover from losing the best player in the league? Many thought not so well, but Scottie Pippen had other plans in mind. Welcome to my Historic Run series. This is a series I started where I'd have a look at a historic run a player would go on, whether it be in the regular season, postseason, or both. So far in the series, I've done videos on Dirk Nowitzki's 2011 playoff run, where he beat the freshly assembled Miami Heat Big Three in the finals, Hakeem Olajuwon's 1995 playoff run, which is one of the most underrated playoff runs in NBA history, Stephen Curry's 2016 regular season run, where he got his second MVP that was a unanimous one, and LeBron's 2018 playoff run, where he carried the under-talented Cleveland Cavaliers all the way to the finals. If any of those videos sound interesting to you, I'll leave links to them in the description below, as well as a link to the playlist on the top right corner of the screen right now. If you do find yourself enjoying this video, all I ask for is a like. It only takes a second and really helps my small channel to grow to reach new people who like basketball just as much as you. Subscribe so that you know whenever I post a new video, which happens daily. And lastly, today's historic run was actually recommended to me by Brian Lemire, so if you want your historic run to be featured in a video just like Brian's, make sure you leave it in the comments below. I also wanted to quickly announce that I opened up a Patreon for everyone who wanted to help support the channel one step further. Everything earned through the Patreon goes straight back into the content, and I have one of the cheapest Patreons out there, while giving you exclusive access to different perks like shoutouts in these videos and early content. If you're interested in joining my Patreon, I'll have a link to it in the description below. Now with all of that out of the way, let's have a look at Scottie Pippen's historic run. I just want to make it clear how much Jordan's retirement caught the Bulls off guard. Jordan made his announcement just days before training camp that he, at the prime age of 30, would be walking away from it all, in front of owner Jerry Reinsdorf, coach Steve Jackson, and teammates including Scottie Pippen. Scottie remained optimistic and said that Michael Jordan's retiring opened up an opportunity to show how the rest of them were a very good team. Very well said from what would now be the leader of the new Chicago Bulls team. The Bulls had a very rough start to the season as Pippen would miss 10 out of the team's first 12 games with an ankle injury. By the time Scottie was good to go, the Bulls were just 5-7, but Scottie came back like he never left, recording 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists in his first game of the season in a victory against the Phoenix Suns. The Chicago Bulls would go on to win 30 out of their next 35 games heading into the All-Star break. Leading up to the All-Star game, Scottie Pippen averaged 21.7 points, 8.5 rebounds, 5.7 assists, while also grabbing 2.8 steals a game. An amazing start to a season surrounded in worry. The 1994 All-Star Game was hosted by Minneapolis. Pippen wasn't the only Bulls player in the arena during the game, as both B.J. Armstrong and Horace Grant also made it to the All-Star Game. Pippen, however, did steal the show, as he finished the game with 29 points, 11 boards, and 4 steals. On a national stage, competing with and against the best in the game, Scottie Pippen, no longer second fiddle to Michael Jordan, claimed MVP honors for the game. Although thankful for the award, Pippen clearly expressed that the All-Star Game MVP wasn't necessarily a major one in the big picture. It was clear that he and the Chicago Bulls had the mindset that it was either a championship or bust season, even if the GOAT wasn't lacing up with them. As the second half of the season capped off, the Chicago Bulls finished with an overall record of 55-27, just 2 wins shy of their record from the previous season, the one that featured Michael Jordan. In the second half of the season, Scottie Pippen averaged 22.4 points, 9 rebounds, 5.6 assists, and an incredible 3.1 steals. Statistically, this was Scottie Pippen's most impressive season of his career. Scottie Pippen's 1993-1994 regular season statistics saw him averaging 22 points, 8.7 rebounds, 5.6 assists, and almost 3 steals a game, as well as 0.8 blocks. He shot 49.1% from the field, 32% from 3, and 66% from the line. Pippen ranked 8th in the league for scoring, 23rd in the league for rebounding, 19th in assists, and 2nd in steals. These incredible statistical accomplishments, accompanied by an amazing team record, helped Scottie Pippen to earn All-NBA First Team honors, as well as All Defensive First Team honors. Scottie Pippen also finished 3rd in MVP voting, only behind Hakeem Olajuwon and David Robinson. Although this video is highlighting Scottie Pippen's regular season run, I thought I'd quickly go through the playoffs since you're probably wondering how he did there. The Bulls beat the Cavs in the first round back when it was a best-of-5 series and not 7. He averaged 25.3 points, 9.7 rebounds, 4.3 assists, and 3.3 steals as well as a block. He made quick work of the Cavs. In the second round, they would face a familiar foe as they would be going up against the New York Knicks for the 4th year in a row. However, this would be the first time Jordan obviously wasn't there. The Bulls weren't able to overcome the Knicks in the second round and lost in 7 games. Scottie Pippen did decent in the series, averaging 21.7 points, 7.7 rebounds, 4.7 assists, and 2 steals, but the Knicks got the last laugh. I would also like to mention how there was a very controversial call that shifted the balance of the series in Game 5. With the series tied 2 games apiece and Game 5 being a close one, the Knicks found Hubert Davis open at the 3-point line, looking to take the game-winning shot. Scottie Pippen, being the defensive-minded player he was, closed out on Hubert Davis, but not without fouling him, according to Hugh Hollins. Many fans were in disbelief of the call, as it seemed like Hubert Davis tried to seek the contact, and obviously Scottie was mad as well. The Knicks would go up 3-2 in the series and eventually win in 7 games. Let me know if you guys think this is a foul or not in the comments below. The regular season is where Scottie Pippen really shined. Up until that point, many people wondered if Scottie could really lead a team, but there was never really an opportunity to prove himself, being under Mike's massive shadow. Although the team's core was fresh off a three-peat with players like Scottie Pippen, BJ Armstrong, Bill Cartwright, and Horace Grant returning, there were many newcomers like Tony Kukoc, Steve Kerr, and Bill Wellington, as well as Luke Longley in the February trade for Stacey King. Scottie Pippen received nothing but praise from his peers. Bill Wellington said that Scottie was the heart and soul of the team, and that he put the team on his shoulders and was taking all the big shots. All-star teammate BJ Armstrong agreed, saying that Scottie Pippen was just incredible. He was running around and doing things, really getting a chance to explore every aspect of his game. I believe Scottie Pippen finally proved that he was the real deal, and without Scottie Pippen, the Bulls wouldn't have won 6 championships in that decade. He was absolutely everything you needed in a sidekick. He was humble and never demanded the ball when it wasn't his place to. He did all the dirty work, whether that was guarding the best player on the other team or getting a crucial rebound. And most of all, he was able to provide when Michael Jordan wasn't available. I think it kind of worked out that Jordan took a break from basketball, because we got to see Scottie Pippen completely unleashed in his prime, instead of what ifs that would have happened if Jordan would have never retired. If you made it this far and found yourself enjoying the video, make sure you show some support by dropping a like. Each like really does a lot for my small channel, as we're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so make sure you subscribe so that you can help me get there. Leave a comment letting me know what you think of Scottie Pippen's historic run and who I should have a look at next in the series. If you want to become a member of this channel, you can do so by joining my Patreon, which is super cheap. You get access to a bunch of exclusive perks like early access to videos, video recommendations, shoutouts, and behind the scenes looks at what I do, as well as much more. The link to my Patreon will be in the description below. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video, and as always, until next time, cheers.